Welcome back to the Bearded Hermit. These last 2 weeks have been busy on and off the A-frame build site. I decided to cut up all the second floor A-frame posts at the same time to save time building the trusses. I used the tractor to transport all the posts to the build site. And I tried to get all the second floor A-frame trusses installed. Let's see if I make it. We had a few cold days and a few rainy days here in the UP of Michigan. So every free morning I've had, I go out to make the fire in the workshop. Once it warms up a bit, I bring Con out with me and start marking and notching posts. This homemade carpenter square I cut to the 27 degrees for the pitch of my roof has done its job. But soon all the posts will be cut and I won't need it anymore. It's at about this time I make my first big mistake. I draw my lines on these two posts and cut them too short. These were the last two green 10-foot posts I had, so this really made a problem. I finished marking and cutting these posts without realizing my mistake. Fortunately, I realized what I did before I cut any more posts. Not only did I waste these two posts, but I wasted all the time and effort cutting them. Later, off camera, when I see what I did, a few words were said. At first I thought I would need to buy 2 more posts, but then I started counting my pine posts and realized I had 2 extra. So as long as I didn't make any more mistakes, I'd be good. The only thing was that now the 2 posts over the second floor deck would be untreated. But it would be 4 feet under the roof, so I don't think any snow or rain will get to it. And these cutoffs go right into the fire. The next thing I do is make another mistake, cutting 2 more posts. I tell you, if I didn't have bad luck, I wouldn't have any luck at all. When I start cutting the ends of these posts, I cut the opposite notch. But it all worked out in the end. I was able to cut up these posts to make the short top pieces of the A-frame truss, and I still had enough posts to finish the project. It warmed up a bit outside, and the fire makes it a bit too warm to be working, so now I'm in shorts and flip-flops. Not a good move to keep sawdust out from between my toes. I feel bad for Khan. All he wants to do is sleep, but I keep making noise to keep him awake. Poor little feller. Spending all this time working on my house, I find my mind wandering. When I was in my early 20s, my parents retired up to this place, and I went with them to help build their house. We set up this pole barn as a workshop and started making all the paneling, flooring, kitchen and bathroom cabinets. A builder had put up the log structure of their house, but we did the interior. Electrical, plumbing, floors, decks, stairs, everything to make the cabin livable.
And that's how I do it. Cutting these ends here. These are going to be the top points of the A-frame. Cutting my slot here. And then the overhead piece is the opposite cut. And it should fit together just like Legos. It's getting late out here tonight. Probably head in soon. And there we have it. I've got 12 posts notched out on the ground and 4 up here. The next couple of days I'll be putting all these up, and hopefully everything fits. What are you doing over here, buddy? Oh. Tired, aren't you? Scrap wood makes the best heat.
I load up the posts and drive them down to the build site.
Yeah, I think the house fared pretty well. The house foundation here over winter. It doesn't seem to be any heaving or, any erosion, really. So that's a good thing. And it's a nice, sunny, beautiful day.
And I figured out this nice little cheat. Using the tractor bucket to lift the posts up to the second floor. A lot better than pulling them up with a rope. Thinking back to my time working on my parents' house, I have some good memories, but not all good. I remember long days of working hard, my father saying things like, "We only have to work half a day today," and then working 12 hours, because 12 hours technically is half a day. I remember saying to myself, "This is the worst. I would never be so stupid to build my own house. This is torture. Why would I do that to myself?" And here we are. Looks like I didn't learn my lesson. Here I'm moving down the framework 4 feet to put up the next set of posts. This part of the build goes fast. Lifting the posts into position and running screws into the connection points.
Well, both my batteries are dead, but things are moving along. Got 2 more A-frame trusses up. Pop a couple more screws in, and I'll just keep moving on down the line.
After I get my screw gun batteries charged, I finish those last few screws and start moving the framework down another 4 feet. And now is a good time to talk about my fear of heights. I'm not exactly terrified of heights, but I'm not a fan of them either. With the first floor up on posts and the second floor making an 8-foot ceiling, I'm walking around about 12 feet off the forest floor. And then getting up on a ladder to place those short top beams is another 8 feet. So being 20 feet up in the air, Looking at trees and open spaces is not a great feeling, but I guess it's something I need to get used to. The worst part about lifting and placing those beams is I need to be very careful not to grab my beard hair while lifting them, or I get a nice surprise when I drop them into position. After I get these 4 trusses up, I connect them with a 12-foot 2x4 to give them some stability. But my camera battery died, so you don't get to see it. Next, I move back into the workshop to make the last 5 top beams. I'm getting pretty good at making my notches with the chainsaw by this time. Figures, I get good when I'm all done. To be honest, it's pretty relaxing using this chainsaw to do all this cutting. I'm not saying it's better than therapy, but it is much cheaper.
Well, I just finished up the last cut on the last beam. Pretty happy to be done. I just got to take out these last few and set them up. Just to give you an idea of how much chainsawing I've been doing, this pile of dirt I never cleaned up from last fall through the winter to the spring. It's just been piling up and piling up from me sawing. So I'll have a couple garbage bags full of sawdust to take out. I bet you're happy, huh? You don't have to listen to the chainsaw anymore.
The weather report was calling for a clear day until 6 p.m. I got an early start to put up the last A-frame trusses, but it was a dark morning and looked like rain. So I get moving as fast as I can. That one bottom post was not lining up quite right, so I used a 2x4 to convince it to move. It still needed convincing, so I got a hammer and a block. And then I start to feel the rain coming. I only needed a few more hours to get all the A-frames up. So disappointing.
Well, I'm getting rained out here today. I thought I'd have enough time to finish the upper A-frame trusses, and I don't. So a storm's coming. It's going to be raining all day. So I'm calling it quits. I've got, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the trusses up. And I've got 4 more to go. But the big job is notching them all out. That's all done. So I just have the pieces laying up there, throw them up real quick, half a day's work, and that'll be up and finished.
This is the end of the video. As always, stay safe out there. And remember, life can be good sometimes.